This is a place where nothing important happens. A bookshop at the end of the day. The last customer has left. The door is locked. What follows is simply the end of an ordinary evening. Shelves full of books, a cart to be emptied, soft light, deep quiet. There is no story here, no beginning or end that matters. Just a space, just books, just the slow, gentle task of putting things in order. You can listen, you can drift, you can let it all fade into the background. Nothing here needs your attention. Nothing here asks anything of you. Just a quiet bookshop, closing for the night. The bookshop is quiet now. The last customer left a while ago. The door is closed. The sign in the window says closed. The street outside is dark. Inside, the lights are still on. Not all of them, just enough to see by. The overhead lights in the main room. A lamp near the register. Another lamp in the back corner. The shelves are full of books. They stand in rows, spines facing out. Some are tall, some are small. They fill the shelves from end to end. The floor is wooden. It's old wood. The boards are wide. They're worn smooth in places where people walk. Near the door, by the counter, along the main aisle. There's a cart near the front desk. It has books on it. Books that were returned to the wrong shelf. Books that people looked at and didn't buy. Books that need to be put back. The cart has 3 shelves. The top shelf has 5 books. The middle shelf has 7 books. The bottom shelf has 4 books. One book on the top shelf has a blue cover. It's a hardcover book. The spine says the title. The author's name is below the title. The book is about 2 inches thick. Next to the blue book is a smaller book. This one has a green cover. It's a paperback. The corners are slightly bent. The pages are cream-colored. You can see them when you look at the edge. The third book on the top shelf has a red spine, red and white. The white part has text on it. The red part is plain. This book is taller than the others. It stands up straight. There's a gap on the shelf after the red book. Then 2 more books. One has a gray cover. One has a brown cover. They're both hardcover books. They're both about the same size. The middle shelf of the cart has more books. They're arranged in no particular order. Some are standing up. Some are lying flat. A yellow paperback is on its side. A thick reference book is standing. The bottom shelf has fewer books. They're all lying flat, stacked on top of each other. The stack is neat. The edges line up mostly. One book sticks out a little on the left side. The wooden floor reflects the light a bit. Not much. Just a soft glow in some spots, where the finish is still smooth. Most of the floor is matte, dull, worn. There are rugs in some places. One rug is near the front door. It's dark blue, or maybe dark green. It's hard to tell in this light. The rug has a pattern on it. The pattern is worn away in the center, where people step. Another rug is in the reading area. This rug is larger. It's under 2 chairs and a small table. The chairs are upholstered. One is brown, one is dark red. They have wooden arms and wooden legs. The table between the chairs is round. It has a few books on it. Someone was looking at them earlier. They're still there. 3 books, stacked together, not quite straight. On the top of the stack is a paperback with a white cover. The cover has some text on it. The text is black, simple. The book's pages are thick. You can tell because the book is fat, even though it's a paperback. The second book in the stack has a dust jacket. The dust jacket is mostly orange, with some white. The book underneath is burgundy cloth. You can see a bit of it where the jacket doesn't quite cover. The third book is under the other two. Only the edge shows. The edge is green, dark green. That's all you can see of it. The reading area is in a corner. The corner near the back, away from the front door, away from the windows. It's a quiet spot. The light is softer there. One floor lamp stands behind the brown chair. The lampshade is cream-colored. Fabric. It glows gently. Past the reading area is another section of shelves. These shelves go all the way to the ceiling. They're tall, 8 shelves high. Each shelf is full, and books packed in. Some shelves are more crowded than others. The top shelves have older books, books that don't get looked at much. Their spines are faded. The colors are muted, browns and dark greens and deep blues, gold lettering on some. The gold is tarnished, dull. Lower shelves have newer books, brighter covers, more colors, blues and yellows and reds, white covers with bold text, black covers with silver text. The variety is greater down low. Between the sections of shelves are aisles. The aisles are narrow, wide enough for one person, maybe 2 people if they're careful. The wood floor continues through the aisles, the same worn boards, the same soft sound when you step. One aisle has a step stool in it, a small wooden step stool, 2 steps. It's pushed against the shelf, out of the way. The wood of the step stool is darker than the floor. It's been stained, or maybe it's just old. At the end of one aisle is a window. The window faces the back, not the street. A small courtyard maybe, or an alley. It's dark outside. The glass reflects the inside of the shop, shelves and books, and the dim light. The window has a sill. The sill is wide enough for a few things. There's a plant on the sill, a small plant in a terracotta pot. The plant has green leaves, simple, oval leaves. The soil in the pot is dark, slightly damp. Next to the plant is a mug. The mug has coffee residue in the bottom, cold coffee from earlier in the day. The mug is white ceramic, plain. The handle points to the left. The front counter is near the door. It's a long wooden counter, dark wood, polished but worn. The top of the counter has some scratches, small marks from years of use. Behind the counter are more shelves. These shelves are lower, only 5 shelves high. They have supplies, bookmarks, a stack of book plates, some pens in a cup, a roll of receipt paper, rubber bands in a small dish. The register sits on the counter. It's an older register, not antique, just older. It has a small screen, a keyboard with number buttons, a drawer that opens with a mechanical sound. The drawer is closed now. Next to the register is a notepad. The notepad has a list on it. Things written in pen, blue pen. The handwriting is neat, small letters, even spacing. The list says things like order more bookmarks, and call distributor, and check back stock. There's a pen lying on the notepad, a simple black pen, the kind that clicks. It's lying at an angle. across the corner of the notepad. Behind the notepad is a small stack of papers, invoices maybe, or receipts. They're white paper, printed text, stacked neatly. A paperclip holds them together, a silver paperclip. The wall behind the counter has a bulletin board. The board is cork. It has things pinned to it. A calendar, some business cards, a note about an upcoming book event. The pins are colored, red and blue and yellow. The pins make small shadows on the cork. The calendar is opened this month. Some dates have marks on them, small X's in pen, or circles. The calendar is simple, just a grid of dates, no pictures. The top says the month and the year. Above the counter hangs a clock. The clock is round, white face, black numbers, black hands. The clock ticks, very quietly. The second hand moves in small jumps, 1 second at a time. The time doesn't matter. To the left of the front counter is the front door. The door is wood, dark wood with glass panes. 4 panes, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. The glass is old, slightly wavy. If you look close, you can see it. The door has a handle, brass or bronze. It's tarnished, dull gold color. The handle is worn smooth where hands grip it. The metal is darker in other spots where hands don't touch. There's a lock on the door, a deadbolt. It's locked now. The bolt is turned. The metal piece is extended into the frame. The door is secure. On the door hangs a sign. The sign is double-sided. One side says open. One side says closed. Right now the closed side faces out. The sign hangs from a small chain. The chain is attached to a suction cup. The suction cup is stuck to the glass. Through the glass panes, you can see the street. It's dark outside. The street lights are on. They make pools of yellow light on the sidewalk. The light is steady, unmoving. There's no one on the street, no cars, no people, just empty sidewalk. The concrete is gray. Some cracks run through it, small cracks. They've been there a long time. Across the street are other buildings, shops mostly. They're all closed. Their windows are dark. A few have security lights, dim lights in the back, just enough to show the space isn't empty. One shop across the street has an awning. The awning is striped, dark stripes and light stripes. The awning is rolled up part way, or maybe it's just old. It sags a little in the middle. Inside the bookshop, the air is still, not moving much. It's comfortable. Not too warm, not too cool. The air smells like paper, old paper and new paper, and wood and dust. Not much dust, just a little. The smell bookshops have. The quiet is thick, not silent. There are small sounds, the clock ticking, the building settling, a soft creak now and then, floorboards adjusting. The sounds are very faint. The cart with books still sits by the counter, waiting. The books need to be reshelved. That happens at closing. Every night, the books get put back where they belong. The blue hardcover on the top shelf of the cart goes in the fiction section. It's a novel. Fiction titles are alphabetical by author's last name. This author's last name starts with M. The M section is in the middle of the fiction area. The fiction area takes up 3 tall bookcases. The bookcases stand in a row, side by side. They're all the same height, the same width, the same depth. They match. Each bookcase has 6 shelves. The shelves are adjustable. Metal pins hold them up. The pins fit into small holes drilled in the sides. Some shelves are spaced wider apart. For taller books, some shelves are closer together. The M section is on the middle bookcase, third shelf from the bottom. The books in the M section are packed fairly tight. Not too tight. There's enough room to slide a book in and out, but not much extra space. The blue book will go between two other books. One has a black spine, one has a white spine. There's just enough room. The blue book will fit perfectly. The green paperback goes somewhere else. It's nonfiction. The nonfiction section is on different shelves. Across the room, near the back wall, nonfiction is organized by subject. This green book is about gardening. Gardening books are together. They're on a shelf near the middle, eye level, easy to reach. The gardening section is small, maybe 20 books, maybe 25. The green book will slide in at the end. There's a space there. The last book in the gardening section doesn't quite reach the bookend. The bookend is metal, simple design, an L shape, silver colored. The red and white book goes in the cooking section. Cooking books are near the gardening books. On the next shelf down, the cooking section is bigger. More books, 40 or 50 at least. This book is a baking book. Baking books are at one end of the cooking section. They're grouped together. This book will go in the middle of the baking books, between a book with a yellow spine and a book with a pale pink spine. The gray hardcover and the brown hardcover both go in the history section. History is in a far corner, away from the front. The history section takes up most of two bookcases. The books are organized by time period and region. It's detailed, specific. The gray book is about European history, 19th century. That subsection is on the fourth shelf of the first history bookcase. The book will slide in easily. There's room. The brown book is about American history, 20th century. That's on a different shelf. Second bookcase, fifth shelf up. The book fits there, next to books with similar topics. The books on the middle shelf of the cart need sorting too. The yellow paperback is fiction. It goes in the fiction section. Different author than the blue book. This author's name starts with T. The T section is near the end of the fiction area. The thick reference book is a dictionary. Reference books have their own shelf. A small section near the front counter, easy to access. The dictionary goes there. It's large. It stands upright. The spine is dark blue. The title is stamped in gold. There's a biography on the cart. Biographies are separate. They have their own area. Two shelves on a bookcase near the window that faces the back, the window with the plant. This biography is about a musician, someone who lived a long time ago. The spine is black with gold text. The book is tall, thin but tall. It will stand out slightly on a biography shelf, but that's fine. There's a children's book on the cart. Just one. Children's books have a section in the front. Low shelves, easy for children to reach, colorful spines, picture books, and early readers, and chapter books. This children's book is a picture book. The cover is bright, multiple colors, an illustration of an animal, maybe a rabbit or a mouse. Hard to tell without looking closely. The book is square, almost perfectly square. The picture book will go on the bottom shelf of the children's section. That's where the animal books are. Animals are a popular subject. Lots of books there. The shelf is full, but not overly crowded. The book will fit. The remaining books on the cart are various. a poetry collection, a travel guide, a book about music, a memoir. Each has its place. Poetry has a small shelf. Travel books are near nonfiction. Music books are with the arts. Memoirs are near biographies. The cart can be pushed through the aisles. The wheels roll smoothly on the wooden floor. They're quiet wheels, rubber wheels. They don't make much sound, just a soft rumble, very quiet. Pushing the cart to the fiction section first. The cart rolls easily. The aisle is clear. Nothing in the way. The cart stops near the M section. The blue book can be reshelved. Taking the blue book from the cart. The book is heavier than it looks. Solid. The cover is smooth, slightly textured. The spine is intact. No creases, no damage. Finding the right spot on the shelf. Between the black spine and the white spine, there's just enough space. The book slides in. It fits. The top of the spine aligns with the other books. Even. Neat. The shelf looks complete now, full of books, each book standing upright, touching its neighbors gently. The spines make a pattern, colors and text, titles and authors, all organized, all in order. The books in the M section are varied, different genres within fiction. Some are literary fiction, some are mysteries, some are historical novels, some are contemporary. The authors all share the same initial. That's the only connection. But they sit together, side by side, united by alphabet. One book in the M section has a purple spine, dark purple, almost black. The title is in silver lettering. The letters are small, elegant. The book is a hardcover, medium thickness. The dust jacket is matte, not glossy. The texture is smooth under fingers. Next to the purple book is a book with a striped spine, red and cream stripes, horizontal stripes. The stripes are thin, maybe a 1/4 inch each. The title runs vertically up the spine, black text. The book is slightly taller than its neighbors. It stands out. There's a paperback with a photographic cover. The photo shows a house, an old house. The house is white, or maybe gray. The photo is slightly faded, vintage looking. The paperback is well worn. The spine has creases, white lines where the cover has bent. The book has been read multiple times, probably. Another book has no dust jacket, just the bare cloth cover. The cloth is green, forest green. The title is stamped in gold on the spine. The stamping is simple, plain letters, no decoration. The cloth has a slight texture. You can see the weave if you look closely. One book is very thick, maybe 3 inches. It's a hardcover with a dust jacket. The dust jacket is cream-colored with brown text. The book looks heavy, important, substantial. The pages inside are thin, Bible paper thin. That's how so many pages fit in one volume. There's a small paperback, very small, mass market size, the kind sold in airports and drugstores. The spine is broken, increased in multiple places. The book has been opened wide, read thoroughly. The cover shows wear at the corners. The edges are bent, soft. The book has been loved. Further down, the M section is a book with a geometric pattern on the spine. Triangles in different shades of blue. The pattern is modern, clean. The book is a hardcover, recent publication. The dust jacket is glossy. It catches the light, reflects it slightly. Next to the geometric pattern is a book with a plain gray spine, no decoration, just text, the title, the author, the publisher's logo at the bottom. Very minimal, very simple. The book is substantial, thick. The gray cloth is slightly fuzzy, textured. There's a book with a bright yellow spine, sunshine yellow. The color is cheerful, happy. The book stands out on the shelf, draws attention. The title is in black, bold letters, easy to read. The book is a paperback. Trade paperback size, larger than mass market. Another book has a dark red spine, wine-colored, burgundy. The title is embossed. You can feel it if you run your finger over it. The letters are raised, gold-colored. The book is old, not ancient, but older, maybe 20 years, maybe 30. The dust jacket has yellowed slightly. One book has an illustrated spine, a small drawing, black ink. The drawing shows a tree, bare branches, winter tree. The illustration is simple, elegant. The book is slim, thin, maybe 200 pages. Not a long novel, a short one. There's a book with a photographic spine, part of a photograph, a person's face, just the eyes and nose. The photo is cropped, close up. The book is biographical fiction, about a real person. The photo gives you a sense, a connection. The book is medium thickness, standard size. Next to it is a book with text only on the spine. No images, no decoration, just text in a simple font. The text is white, the spine is black, high contrast, easy to read. The book is a hardcover, no dust jacket, just the bare cover, black cloth. The M section continues like this, book after book, each one different, each one individual, but all together, all organized, all part of the collection. The section is complete. Nothing is missing. Everything is where it should be. The cart moves on to the next destination, the gardening section. Near the back, the wheels roll. The floor creaks very softly. One board creaks more than the others. It's near the middle of the shop. The creak is gentle, not loud, just a small sound. The board is probably creaked for years. It's part of the building, part of the character. The green paperback is taken from the cart. It's lighter than the blue book, thinner. The pages are yellowed slightly. Not new, but not old. Used maybe, or just aged. The cover has some wear. The corners are bent. The spine is creased, but the book is intact. Still good, still readable. The book slides onto the shelf at the end of the gardening section, next to the metal bookend. The bookend holds the books upright, keeps them from falling over. The green spine adds to the row, one more book among many. The gardening section has books about different topics: vegetable gardening, flower gardening, organic methods, pest control, composting, landscaping. Each book offers information, guidance, instruction. The books are practical, useful. People buy them to learn, to improve their gardens, to solve problems. One gardening book has a photograph on the cover, a garden in bloom, flowers everywhere. The colors are bright, reds and yellows and purples. The photograph is beautiful, inviting. The book promises similar results if you follow the instructions, if you do the work. Another book has an illustrated cover, drawings of plants, detailed botanical drawings, black ink on white paper. The drawings show structure, roots, stems, leaves, flowers, seeds. The illustrations are educational, scientific, but also artistic, beautiful in their precision. There's a book about herbs. The spine is green, light green. The title says Growing Herbs. Simple, direct. The book is practical. It tells you what herbs to grow, how to grow them, when to harvest, how to use them. The information is straightforward. No nonsense. Next to the herb book is a book about roses. The spine is pink. Appropriate. The book is thick. Roses are complicated. They need specific care, specific conditions. The book explains everything. Types of roses, planting, pruning, disease prevention. The book is comprehensive. There's a slim volume about composting. The spine is brown, earth-toned. The book is thin. Composting isn't complicated, but the book covers the basics. What to compost, how to build a bin, how to maintain the pile, how to use the finished compost, everything you need to know. One book is about container gardening for people with limited space, balconies, patios, small yards. The book shows how to grow things in pots, what plants work well, what containers to use. The book is encouraging, makes it seem possible, achievable. Another book is about perennials, plants that come back year after year. The book describes different perennials, their needs, their characteristics, when they bloom, how tall they grow. The book helps you plan a garden, choose the right plants. There's a book about vegetable gardening. The spine shows a tomato, bright red. The book covers all the common vegetables: tomatoes, lettuce, beans, carrots, peppers, when to plant, how to care for them, when to harvest. The book is practical, down to earth. Next to it is a book about garden design, not just what to plant, but where, how to arrange things, create visual interest, balance, harmony. The book has diagrams, sample layouts. The book is more artistic, more aesthetic, about beauty as well as function. One book is about native plants, plants that grow naturally in the local area. The book explains benefits. Native plants need less water, less care. They support local wildlife. The book lists plants by region, tells you what grows where. There's a book about organic gardening. No chemicals, no pesticides, natural methods. The book is philosophical. It's about working with nature, not against it. The book covers soil health, beneficial insects, companion planting, natural pest control. Another book is about season extension, growing food longer, earlier in spring, later in fall. The book discusses cold frames, row covers, greenhouses, ways to protect plants, extend the growing season. The book is for serious gardeners, committed gardeners. The gardening books sit together, a small community. They share space, share purpose. They're all about the same thing: growing, cultivating, creating. They serve the same readers, the same needs. They belong together. The bookend at the end holds them all in place. The metal is cool, solid. The bookend doesn't move, doesn't shift. It stays, does its job, supports the books, keeps them upright, orderly, accessible. Moving through the shop is easy, even with the cart. The aisles are clear. The path is familiar. Every shelf is known. Every section mapped out. The layout never changes. It's always the same. The shop has been arranged this way for a long time. Years. The organization makes sense. Fiction here, non-fiction there, children's books in front, reference near the counter. Everything logical, everything accessible. The arrangement works. No need to change it. The red and white book goes on the cooking shelf. The shelf is at a comfortable height. No need to reach up or bend down. The book slides in between the yellow spine and the pink spine. Snug, secure. The cooking section is large, popular. People like cookbooks. They buy them regularly, for themselves, as gifts. The section is always busy, always changing. New books arrive, old books sell, the inventory rotates. But the section remains, always full, always stocked. There are books about different cuisines, Italian cooking, French cooking, Mexican cooking, Chinese cooking, Indian cooking, Thai cooking. Each cuisine has multiple books, different approaches, different recipes, different authors. Some cookbooks are comprehensive. Big books, hundreds of recipes. They cover everything, basics, techniques, specific dishes. These books are heavy, substantial. They're meant to be references, go-to resources, kitchen Bibles. Other cookbooks are specialized, focused. One topic, one ingredient, one method. A book about pasta, a book about chocolate, a book about grilling. These books go deep. They explore. They teach specific skills, specific knowledge. There are cookbooks with photographs, full-color photos, every recipe illustrated. The photos are beautiful, appetizing. They make you want to cook, to try the recipes, to create the dishes. The photos are selling points, major features. Other cookbooks have no photos, just text, maybe some line drawings. These books are more austere, more serious. They assume competence, knowledge. They're for people who cook regularly, who don't need pictures, just instructions. The baking section is part of cooking, but distinct, separate. Baking is different from cooking, more precise, more scientific. Measurements matter, temperatures matter, timing matters. Baking is chemistry. The books reflect this. They're detailed, specific, careful. There are books about bread. Bread baking is an art, a skill. The books teach techniques, kneading, rising, shaping, scoring, baking. Each step explained, illustrated. The books promise success. Good bread, if you follow the process. One bread book has a photograph of a loaf on the spine, golden crust, steam rising. The image is enticing. The book inside has dozens of recipes. White bread, whole wheat, sourdough, rye, every kind. The book is comprehensive, thorough. Next to it is a book about artisan bread, small batches, hand-shaped, traditional methods. The book is reverent. It treats bread baking as craft, as art. The book takes its time, explains slowly, carefully, with respect for the process. Cake books are colorful, festive. Cakes are for celebrations, birthdays, weddings, holidays. The books show elaborate decorations, multiple layers, frostings, fillings. The cakes are impressive, beautiful. The books teach you how to make them. One cake book has a photograph on the spine, a slice of chocolate cake, multiple layers, dark chocolate frosting. The image is decadent, rich. The book is popular, well used. The spine is creased. The book has been consulted many times. Another cake book is about decorating, fondant, piping, sugar flowers. The book is technical, detailed. It shows techniques, step by step, with photographs. The book is for people who want to create showpieces. Impressive cakes, special occasion cakes. Cookie books are simpler, more accessible. Everyone can make cookies. The recipes are straightforward. The ingredients are common. The results are reliable. Cookie books are popular, especially around holidays. One cookie book has a red spine. The title mentions Christmas, holiday cookies, traditional recipes, gingerbread, sugar cookies, shortbread. The book is seasonal, but used every year. The book is a tradition itself. Next to it is a cookie book with a more modern approach, unusual flavors, creative combinations, brown butter, sea salt, exotic spices. The book is for adventurous bakers, people who want to experiment, try new things. There's a book about pies. The spine shows a photograph, a slice of pie, maybe apple, maybe cherry. Hard to tell. The pie looks perfect, golden crust, generous filling. The book promises that your pies can look like this too. The pie book is thick. Many recipes, sweet pies, savory pies, fruit pies, cream pies, custard pies, every kind. The book also covers crusts, different techniques, different fats, butter, shortening, lard. The book is comprehensive, complete. Pastry books are more advanced. Croissants, Danish, puff pastry. These are challenging. The books acknowledge this, but they guide you through, step by step. They make it possible, achievable. One pastry book has a French title, or partially French. The book covers classic French pastries, eclairs, cream puffs, Napoleons, tarts. The book is elegant, refined. The recipes are precise, exact measurements, exact temperatures, exact timing. Next to it is a more approachable pastry book, English title, encouraging tone. The book demystifies pastry, makes it less intimidating. The book explains the science, why butter needs to be cold, why you shouldn't overwork the dough. Understanding helps. Make success more likely. There's a book about quick breads, muffins, scones, biscuits, bread without yeast, without rising time. The book is practical, for busy people, morning baking. The recipes are fast, simple, reliable. One quick bread book has a photograph of blueberry muffins on the spine. The muffins look perfect. Golden tops, bursting with berries. The book is well used, popular. The pages are probably stained, splattered with batter. Signs of use, signs of love. The cooking section continues, book after book, cuisine after cuisine, technique after technique. The section is rich, varied, full of possibilities, full of potential meals, potential skills, potential experiences. There's a section for grilling, barbecue, outdoor cooking. The books have a different feel, more casual, more relaxed. Summer cooking. The spines show images of grills, flames, meat. The books are about flavor, smoke, fire. One grilling book is about regional barbecue, Texas style, Carolina style, Kansas City style. The book explores traditions, regional differences, techniques, sauces, rubs. The book is informative, cultural, about more than just recipes. Another grilling book is more basic, how to grill, what temperature, how long. The book covers different foods: steaks, chicken, fish, vegetables. The book is practical, a beginner's guide, everything you need to know to start. There are books about specific ingredients, a book about tomatoes, growing them, cooking them, dozens of recipes, sauces, soups, salads, tarts, everything tomato. The book is focused, deep, comprehensive within its narrow scope. Next to it is a book about eggs, breakfast dishes, omelets, frittatas, quiches, custards, meringues, soufflés, the egg in all its forms. The book is surprisingly thick. Eggs are versatile. The possibilities are extensive. There's a book about chocolate, desserts mostly, cakes, cookies, truffles, mousses. The spine is dark, brown, appropriate. The book is indulgent, decadent. Every recipe is rich, satisfying. The book is for chocolate lovers, serious chocolate lovers. One book is about healthy cooking, lower fat, lower sodium, more vegetables. The book is practical, not preachy. The recipes are realistic, food that tastes good, but healthier, better choices. The book helps people eat well, feel good. Another book is about vegetarian cooking. No meat, no fish, plant-based meals. The book is varied. International recipes, different cuisines. The book shows how rich vegetarian cooking can be, how satisfying, how complete. There's a book about preserving, canning, pickling, freezing, making jams, jellies. The book is practical for people who garden, who have excess produce. The book helps preserve the harvest, save summer for winter. The cookbook section is extensive. It continues. More shelves, more topics, slow cooker meals, pressure cooker meals, one-pot meals, 30-minute meals, make-ahead meals, every approach, every need, every lifestyle. This section serves everyone, helps everyone, feeds everyone. The cart continues through the shop, one book at a time, each book returned, each title in its place. The process is slow, methodical. There's no rush, no hurry. The history books are next, the gray one first, then the brown one. The history section is extensive, 2 full bookcases, maybe more. History is a broad subject, many periods, many places, many perspectives. The bookcases are organized chronologically, ancient history first, then medieval, then modern. Within each period, books are organized by region: Europe, Asia, Africa, Americas. The system is logical, easy to navigate. The Gray Book is about European history, 19th century, the Industrial Revolution, political changes, social movements. The book is academic, scholarly, dense with information, footnotes, bibliography, index, a serious book for serious readers. The book slides onto the shelf, among similar books, books about the same period, the same region. The spines are various colors, various sizes, but the content is related, connected. The books inform each other, reference each other. Together they create a picture, a comprehensive view. One book on the shelf has a red spine. It's about the French Revolution, a popular topic, an important event. The book is thick, detailed. It covers years of history, multiple perspectives: political, social, economic, military. The book is thorough. Next to it is a book with a blue spine. This one is about the British Empire, Victorian era, the height of imperial power. The book examines colonies, trade, culture, politics. The book is critical, analytical. It questions, investigates, interprets. There's a book about German unification. The spine is black. The book covers decades of political maneuvering, wars, diplomacy, nation building. The book is detailed, specific. It tracks the process, the people involved, the decisions made, the consequences. Another book is about the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The spine is burgundy, gold lettering. The book looks old. Maybe it is old, or maybe just designed to look that way. The book covers a complex empire, multiple ethnicities, languages, cultures, all under one crown. The book explains how it worked and how it eventually fell apart. There's a slim volume about the Spanish-American War. The spine is tan. The book is short. The war was short, but significant. The book examines causes, events, outcomes, the impact on both nations, on the region. The book is concise, efficient. One book is about Napoleon. The spine shows his silhouette, the famous hat. The book is biographical, but also military history. The book covers campaigns, battles, strategy, tactics, the rise and fall, exile, return, final defeat. The book is dramatic, epic. The story is compelling. Next to it is a book about the Congress of Vienna, the aftermath of Napoleon, how Europe reorganized, new boundaries, new alliances, the balance of power. The book is diplomatic history, political history, about negotiation, compromise, the reshaping of a continent. There's a book about the Crimean War, lesser known, but important. The book examines causes, the alliance against Russia, the siege, the charge of the Light Brigade, Florence Nightingale. The book covers multiple angles, military, medical, political, social. Another book is about European colonialism, the Age of Empire, the scramble for Africa, the expansion into Asia. The book is critical. It examines motives, methods, impacts. The book doesn't celebrate. It investigates, questions, interprets. The 19th century section continues, book after book, event after event. The shelf is full, complete, a century of history preserved, documented, available. The brown book goes on a different shelf. American history, 20th century, a different bookcase. The American history section is large. Americans buy books about American history, about their own past. The section reflects this demand. The 20th century section is especially full. 2 world wars, the Depression, civil rights, Cold War, Vietnam. So much happened, so many books written. The shelf is crowded, packed. Books stand tightly together. The brown book is about the Second World War, a common topic. Many books cover it. This one focuses on the Pacific Theater, the war against Japan, island campaigns, naval battles, the atomic bombs. The book is military history, strategic, tactical, detailed. The book finds its place among other World War II books. The section is large, maybe 15 books, maybe 20. Different aspects, different theaters, different perspectives, military history, political history, social history, personal accounts. The war is examined from every angle. One book has a photograph on the cover. Soldiers, black and white photo. The soldiers look young, Tired. The book is a personal account. Letters from the front. The book is intimate, human. It shows the individual experience, not just the grand strategy. Another book is about the home front. Life in America during the war. Rationing. War production. Women in factories. Victory gardens. The book shows how the war affected everyone, not just soldiers. The entire nation was involved. There's a book about code breakers, intelligence work, the secret war, breaking enemy codes, gathering information. The book reveals work that was classified for decades. Now it can be told. The book is fascinating, full of intrigue. Next to the World War II books are books about the Cold War, the long standoff between superpowers, nuclear weapons, proxy wars, space race. The books examine this tense period, the fears, the competition, the near misses, how close the world came to disaster. One book is about the Cuban Missile Crisis. 13 days, the world held its breath. The book reconstructs events, hour by hour, decision by decision. The book is gripping, tense, even though we know how it ended. Another book is about Vietnam, a controversial war, a divisive war. The book examines military strategy, political decisions, public opinion, the anti-war movement. The book tries to understand, to explain why it happened, why it ended, what it meant. There are books about the civil rights movement, struggle for equality, justice. The books document marches, protests, legislation, court decisions, leaders, movements. The books tell important stories, essential stories, American stories. One book is about Martin Luther King Jr., his life, his work, his dream. The book is a biography, but also a history of the movement, of the times. The book is inspiring, powerful, important. Next to it is a book about Rosa Parks, her courage, her refusal to move, the bus boycott, the beginning of mass action. The book is slim, but significant. It tells a story everyone should know. There's a book about the Freedom Riders, young people, black and white together, testing desegregation laws, riding buses through the South, facing violence, facing arrest. The book is about courage, conviction, the willingness to suffer for justice. Another book is about the March on Washington, the massive gathering, the speeches, King's dream speech. The book describes the day, the planning, the impact, the moment when the movement reached its peak, its most visible moment. One book is about the voting rights struggle, Selma, Bloody Sunday, the March to Montgomery, the Voting Rights Act. The book is about persistence, determination, the long fight for basic rights. The book is stirring, moving. The American history section continues. More shelves, more topics. The Depression, the New Deal, World War I, Progressive Era, women's suffrage, labor movements, Western expansion, Native American history, each topic represented, each period covered. There's a book about the Great Depression, the stock market crash, unemployment, poverty, hardship. The book examines causes, effects, how people coped, how society changed. The book is sobering serious. The history is recent enough to feel relevant. Next to it is a book about the New Deal, Roosevelt's programs, government intervention, public works, Social Security. The book describes this transformation, how the role of government expanded, how society reorganized, the lasting impact. One book is about World War I, America's entry, the trenches, the fighting, the casualties, the armistice. The book covers America's role, relatively brief but significant, the war that changed everything, the end of the old world. There's a book about the Progressive Era, reform movements, political changes, social improvements, labor rights, women's rights, child labor laws. The book describes this hopeful period, when change seemed possible, when progress seemed inevitable. Another book is about women's suffrage, the long fight for the vote, decades of organizing, protesting, persuading. The book tells this story, the determination, the setbacks, the final victory. The book is inspiring, empowering. One book is about the labor movement, unions, strikes, workers' rights, the fight for fair wages, reasonable hours, safe conditions. The book describes struggles, victories, defeats, the ongoing effort to balance power, protect workers. There's a book about westward expansion, manifest destiny, the frontier, settlers, native displacement. The book examines this complex history, the myths, the realities, the costs, the consequences. Next to it is a book about Native American history, different approach, Native perspective. The book describes cultures, traditions, the impact of colonization, resistance, survival. The book corrects, educates, honors. The bookcase is a chronicle, a record, decades of American experience, preserved in books, available to anyone who wants to know, to understand, to learn from the past. The cart becomes lighter as books are removed, easier to push. The top shelf is empty now. Just the middle and bottom shelves have books, fewer books than before. The yellow paperback fiction book goes to the T section, near the end of the fiction area. The T section is smaller than the M section. Fewer authors, fewer books, but still substantial, still varied. The book slides in, finds its place, among other T authors, other stories, other worlds. The yellow spine adds color, brightness. The shelf accepts it, welcomes it. One more book in a collection. The T section has its own character, its own variety. Some books are literary, some are commercial, some are mysteries, some are romances, some are science fiction. The genre doesn't matter, only the author's name. The alphabet is democratic, equal, fair. One book has an orange spine, bright orange, eye-catching. The book is a thriller, fast-paced, suspenseful. The orange suggests energy, excitement. The book promises entertainment, escape. Next to it is a book with a quiet gray spine, literary fiction, serious, contemplative. The gray suggests depth, subtlety. The book is different from the thriller, opposite almost, but they sit together, side by side, both valid, both valuable. There's a book with a textured spine, fabric overboard. The texture is tactile, interesting. The book is old, classic, reprinted many times, still in print, still read, still relevant. The book has endured, proven itself. Another book has a modern spine, clean design, sans serif font, minimalist. The book is recent, contemporary. The spine reflects current trends, current aesthetics. The book is of its time. One book has an illustrated spine, small artwork, delicate. The illustration suggests the book's content, gives a hint, a preview. The artwork is beautiful, appealing. It draws you in, makes you curious. The reference dictionary goes near the front, on the reference shelf. The book is heavy, substantial. The pages are thin paper, onion skin paper, thousands of pages, thousands of words, definitions, pronunciations, etymology. The dictionary is comprehensive, complete. The book stands upright on the shelf, sturdy, stable, next to other reference books, a thesaurus, an atlas, an almanac, a style guide, books that answer questions, provide information, solve problems. The reference books are tools, practical, useful. The atlas has a blue cover. The spine says World Atlas. Simple, direct. Inside are maps, countries, continents, oceans, physical features, political boundaries. The maps are detailed, colorful, current as print allows. The world changes. New countries form, boundaries shift. But the atlas does its best, provides a snapshot, a reference point. The thesaurus is smaller, dark red cover. The book helps with words, synonyms, antonyms, shades of meaning. The book is useful for writers, students, anyone who works with language, who wants precision, variety, the right word. The almanac is thick, packed with facts, statistics, records, information about everything, population, weather, sports, government, economy. The almanac is updated yearly. This one is recent. Current information, reliable data. The style guide is thin. It covers writing conventions, grammar, punctuation, citation format. The guide is authoritative, prescriptive. It tells you the right way, the accepted way. Writers consult it, students, editors, anyone who wants to write correctly. The reference shelf is modest, just a few books, but important books, foundational books, the kind every bookshop should have, the kind people need, regularly. The books stay, don't sell as often as fiction, but they're essential, part of the core collection. The biography goes to its shelf, near the back window, the window with the plant. The biography section is organized alphabetically by subject, not by author, by the person the book is about. That makes more sense. People look for books about specific people. They don't usually know who wrote the biography, just who it's about. This biography is about a musician, a jazz musician, someone who lived in the early 20th century. The book is thick, comprehensive. It covers the musician's entire life, childhood, career, personal struggles, musical innovations, legacy. The book is detailed, well-researched, authoritative. The book slides onto the shelf, among other biographies, other lives. The biography section is diverse: musicians, artists, writers, scientists, politicians, activists, business leaders, criminals, saints, every kind of person, every kind of life, all documented, all preserved. One biography is about a painter, an impressionist. The book has color plates, reproductions of paintings. The book examines the artist's life, development, influences, the connection between life and art, how experience shaped vision. The book is part art history, part biography, both together. Another biography is about a scientist, a physicist, someone who changed how we understand the universe. The book explains the science, but also the person, the life behind the theories, the humanity, behind the genius. The book makes science human, accessible. There's a biography of a president, American president, 20th century. The book, it's heavy, political biography. It covers campaigns, decisions, crises, leadership. The book is balanced, fair. It acknowledges successes and failures, strengths and weaknesses. The book tries to understand, to explain, to assess. Next to it is a biography of a writer, a novelist, someone famous. The book examines the work, but focuses on the life, where the stories came from, what inspired them, what shaped the imagination. The book connects life and work, shows the relationship. There's a memoir on the shelf, different from biography, written by the subject, first-person account. This memoir is by an actor, someone who worked in Hollywood. The memoir is gossipy, fun, full of stories, anecdotes, behind-the-scenes glimpses. The memoir is entertaining, light, easy to read. Another memoir is more serious, written by a war veteran. The account is personal, intimate, difficult. The veteran describes experiences, trauma, recovery. The memoir is honest, raw, powerful, not entertainment. Something more. Testimony, witness. One biography is about an explorer, someone who traveled to remote places, uncharted territories. The book describes expeditions, discoveries, hardships. The book is adventurous, exciting. It takes you to distant places, extreme conditions. The book is vicarious adventure. Next to it is a biography of a social reformer, someone who fought for change, justice, better conditions. The book is inspiring. It shows what one person can do, how individual action matters, how determination creates change. There's a biography of an inventor, someone who created something new, changed technology, changed how people live. The book describes the invention process, the challenges, the breakthroughs, the impact. The book celebrates innovation, creativity, problem solving. Another biography is about a spiritual leader, a religious figure. The book examines faith, practice, teaching, influence. The book is respectful, thoughtful. It tries to understand, to convey the significance, the meaning to followers. The biography section holds many lives, many stories, some famous, some obscure, all worth telling, all worth reading. The section is a gallery of human experience, diverse, rich, endlessly interesting. The children's picture book is last, almost last. The cart rolls to the front, to the low shelves, the colorful spines, the bright covers. The children's section is cheerful, inviting, designed for small people. Everything is low, accessible, within reach. The picture book slides onto the bottom shelf with the other animal books. It belongs there. It fits. The bright cover adds to the collection. One more story, one more adventure, one more possibility. The children's section is organized simply. Picture books together, board books for babies, early readers for beginning readers, chapter books for older children. The organization is clear, easy to understand. Even children can navigate it. The picture books are arranged somewhat by topic. Animal books together, books about families, books about friendship, books about emotions, books about adventures. The groupings are loose, approximate, but helpful. The animal books are popular, always popular. Children love animals. The books feature all kinds: dogs, cats, bears, rabbits, mice, birds, horses, wild animals, farm animals, pets, every kind. The illustrations are charming, colorful, engaging. One book is about a bear, a brown bear. The bear has adventures, meets friends, learns lessons. The illustrations are soft, warm, gentle. The book is beloved. A classic. It's been in print for decades. Another book is about a rabbit. A little rabbit. The rabbit is curious, gets into trouble, finds a way out. The illustrations are detailed, expressive. The rabbit has personality, character. Children identify. They see themselves. There's a book about a mouse, a small mouse. The mouse is brave, resourceful. The story is about courage, about facing fears. The illustrations are whimsical, charming. The mouse is appealing, endearing. Next to the animal books are books about families, different kinds of families, traditional families, single-parent families, blended families, adoptive families, grandparent families. The books reflect reality, diversity. They help children see themselves, see others, understand that families come in many forms. One book is about a child and a parent doing things together, cooking, reading, playing. The book celebrates connection, love, time together. The illustrations are warm, cozy. The book feels like a hug. Another book is about siblings, brothers and sisters, fighting and making up, playing together. The book is realistic, honest. Siblings argue, but they also love each other. The book shows both, the complexity of sibling relationships. There are books about emotions, feeling angry, feeling sad, feeling scared, feeling happy. The books help children name feelings, understand them, manage them. The books are tools, educational, but also comforting. One book is about being angry. The illustrations show the emotion, big, red, explosive. But the book also shows how to calm down, how to handle anger, healthy ways. The book teaches, guides, helps. Another book is about sadness. The illustrations are blue, gray, soft, gentle. The book validates the emotion, says it's okay to be sad, but also shows that sadness doesn't last forever. Things get better. The book offers hope, comfort. One book is about starting school, the first day, new place, new people, the nervousness, the excitement. The book prepares children, reassures them, shows them what to expect. The book is helpful, practical, comforting. There's a book about making friends, how to approach someone, what to say, how to play together. The book is social, educational. It teaches skills, important skills, skills children need. Another book is about bedtime, the routine, getting ready, settling down. The book is calming, soothing. The illustrations are soft, quiet. The book helps with transitions, helps children wind down. The children's section continues. More shelves, more books, early readers with simple words, large print, pictures on every page, chapter books with more text, fewer pictures, more complex stories, books for every stage, every reading level. One early reader is about a cat. The cat has small adventures, simple stories, short sentences. The book helps children practice reading, build confidence, feel successful. Another early reader is about friends, kids doing things together, playing, helping, learning. The stories are relatable, familiar. Children see their own lives reflected. There's a chapter book series, multiple books, same characters, ongoing adventures. Children love series. They get attached to characters, want to follow them, read more. Series build readers, create momentum. One chapter book is about magic, a school for magic, young wizards learning. The book is imaginative, exciting. Children love fantasy, love magic, love possibility. Another chapter book is realistic, about regular kids, regular life, but still interesting, still engaging. The book shows that ordinary life has stories too, has meaning, has value. The section is vital, important. This is where readers are made, where love of books begins, where imagination is sparked. The children's section is the future, the next generation. The books here matter. They shape, they influence, they inspire. A few books remain on the cart, not many, 3 or 4. They find their places. Poetry, travel, music, memoir. Each section receives its book. Each shelf is complete. The poetry section is small, one shelf. Poetry is a specialized taste. Not everyone reads it, but those who do are passionate, devoted. The section is for them, the faithful readers, the believers. The poetry books are varied. Classical poetry, modern poetry, different styles, different voices, different traditions. The books are slim mostly. Poetry is concentrated, distilled. Few words carry much meaning. The books are small but powerful. One book is selected poems, a greatest hits collection, work from throughout a poet's career, the best pieces, the most famous, the most beloved. The book is an introduction, a sampler, a way in. Another book is a single collection, one poet, one theme, one voice. The poems are connected, they build, they create something larger than individual pieces. The collection is unified, cohesive, complete. There's a book of nature poetry, poems about seasons, weather, plants, animals. The poems celebrate the natural world. Find beauty there, find meaning. The book is meditative, peaceful, quiet. Next to it is a book of political poetry, poems that protest, question, challenge. The poems are passionate, angry sometimes, urgent. They want to change things, wake people up, make them see, feel, act. One book is contemporary poetry, modern voices, current concerns. The poems are accessible, direct. The language is plain, conversational, but still poetic, still meaningful. Another book is classical poetry, epic poems, sonnets, odes, traditional forms. The poems are formal, structured. The language is elevated, beautiful. The poems have endured, proven their worth. The poetry section is small but significant. Poetry is important, essential. It does things other writing can't. It reaches places, speaks truths, creates beauty. The section honors this, preserves it, makes it available. The travel guide goes in the travel section, books about places, countries, cities, regions. The books help people plan trips, understand destinations, know what to see, where to go, what to do. This guide is about a European city, an old city, full of history, architecture, art, museums. The guide has maps, photos, recommendations, hotels, restaurants, sites. The guide is practical, useful. Someone will buy it. Take it on a trip. Use it. The book will travel. See the city it describes. Other travel books sit on the shelf. Guides to different places, near places, far places, beach destinations, mountain destinations, cities, countryside, islands, every kind of place, every kind of trip. Some books are comprehensive, whole countries, multiple cities, regions. These books are thick, heavy, Lots of information, good for extended trips, multiple destinations, planning. Other books are focused. One city, one area. These books go deep, neighborhood by neighborhood, street by street, hidden spots, local favorites. These books are for people who want to really know a place, not just see it, understand it. There are books about adventure travel, hiking, climbing, kayaking, biking, active trips. The books describe trails, routes, conditions, what to bring, how to prepare. The books are for people who want challenge, physical engagement, outdoor experience. Other books are about cultural travel, museums, galleries, theaters, historic sites. The books are for people who want to learn, appreciate, understand cultural travelers, thoughtful travelers. Some books are memoirs of travel, personal accounts, adventures, journeys. The books tell stories, not just information. They share experience, perspective, what it felt like, what it meant. These books inspire, make you want to go, see, experience for yourself. One travel book is about a pilgrimage, a spiritual journey. The book describes the route, the experience, the meaning. The book is reflective, contemplative. Travel as transformation, as search, as discovery. The travel section is about possibility, about going, seeing, experiencing. The books are invitations, opportunities. They suggest, encourage, enable. The section is about the world, how big it is, how much there is to see, to discover. The music book goes with the arts. Music, art, theater, film, dance, creative expression. The arts section is moderate sized, not huge, but substantial. Good selection. This music book is about classical music, a guide, an introduction. The book covers composers, periods, forms, symphonies, concertos, operas, chamber music. The book explains, teaches, makes classical music accessible, less intimidating. Other music books sit nearby. Books about jazz, rock, blues, folk, country, every genre, different traditions, different cultures. The books explore, document, celebrate. One book is about blues, the history, the musicians, the culture. The book traces development from roots to modern forms. The book is respectful, informed, passionate. The author clearly loves the music. Another book is about rock and roll, the revolution, the rebellion, the energy. The book is exciting, fast-paced, full of stories, legends, icons. The book captures the spirit, the attitude, the impact. There's a book about folk music, traditional songs, stories in music, cultural heritage. The book is scholarly, serious, but also warm, appreciative. The book values what folk music preserves, passes down, keeps alive. Next to the music books are books about visual art, painting, sculpture, architecture, photography. The books have illustrations, color plates, black and white images. The books show the art, not just describe it. One book is about Impressionism, the movement, the artists, the paintings. The book has beautiful reproductions, full-page images. You can see the brush strokes, the color, the light. The book is a gallery you can hold. Another book is about modern architecture, form, function, materials, vision. The book shows buildings, famous buildings, important buildings. The photographs are striking. The buildings are impressive, bold. The book makes you want to see them, visit them, experience them. There are books about photography, technical books, artistic books, history books. The books cover everything: equipment, technique, composition, vision. The books are for photographers, aspiring photographers, people who appreciate photography. One book is a collection: famous photographs, iconic images, images that shaped history, changed perception. The book is powerful, moving. The photographs speak, tell stories, capture moments, freeze time. There's a book about sculpture, three-dimensional art. The book discusses form, material, space, meaning. The book has photographs from multiple angles, showing the work from different perspectives. The book helps you understand sculpture, appreciate it. Another book is about abstract art, non-representational. The book explains concepts, helps viewers understand, appreciate. The book makes abstract art less intimidating, more accessible. The art section is about human creativity, expression, beauty, meaning. The books document achievements, inspire new ones. The section is essential, cultural. It shows what humans can do, what we create, how we express, communicate, connect. The memoir on the cart is the last book. It goes near the biographies, similar but different. The memoir section is smaller than biography, more personal, more intimate. These are people telling their own stories, their own truths. This memoir is by a chef, someone who worked in restaurants, high-end restaurants. The memoir describes the intensity, the pressure, the artistry. The memoir is vivid, sensory. You can almost smell the food, taste it, feel the heat of the kitchen. Other memoirs sit on the shelf, different people, different experiences, different perspectives. Some are by famous people, others by ordinary people with extraordinary stories. All of them are human, real, honest. One memoir is by a teacher, someone who taught in difficult circumstances. Urban school, limited resources, but dedication, passion. The memoir is inspiring, challenging. It shows what teaching really is, what it demands, what it gives. Another memoir is by a doctor, someone who worked in emergency medicine. The memoir describes trauma, life and death, split-second decisions, the weight of responsibility. The memoir is gripping, intense, but also compassionate, humane. There's a memoir by a musician, years on the road, playing small venues, struggling, persevering, loving the music despite everything. The memoir is honest about the difficulty. The memoir celebrates the music, the life, the choice to keep playing. Next to it is a memoir by a parent, raising a child with disabilities, the challenges, the fears, the love, the growth. The memoir is honest, raw, but also hopeful, affirming. The memoir shows strength, resilience, depth of love. One memoir is by an immigrant, coming to a new country, new language, new culture, the challenges, the adjustments, the successes. The memoir is about identity, belonging, finding home. The memoir is universal, particular, both. Another memoir is by an athlete, years of training, competition, the physical demands, the mental demands, victory, defeat. The memoir is about dedication, discipline, what it takes to compete at the highest level. The memoir section is about lived experience, real life, real people. The memoirs are windows into other lives, other perspectives. They build empathy, understanding, connection. They show our common humanity, our shared struggles, our diverse experiences. The cart is empty now. All 3 shelves are bare. The metal frame is visible. The wheels are still. The cart can be pushed back to its spot, near the front counter, where it usually sits. The cart rolls back through the main aisle, past the reading area, past the tall shelves. The wheels make their soft sound, barely audible. The floor accepts them. The wood is smooth. The sound is gentle, familiar, the same sound it makes every night. The cart passes the fiction section. All those stories, all those worlds, all those characters waiting on shelves, ready to be discovered, rediscovered, read and reread. The fiction section is the heart of the shop, the biggest section, the most popular, the most diverse. The cart passes the nonfiction section. All that information, all that knowledge, all those facts and ideas and arguments. The nonfiction section is learning, understanding, growth. The books teach, inform, enlighten. They answer questions, raise new ones. They expand minds. The cart passes the reading area, the 2 chairs, the small table, the floor lamp, the 3 books still on the table, waiting. The reading area is for lingering, for taking time, for sitting with a book, considering it, maybe deciding, maybe just enjoying. The space invites, welcomes, accommodates. The cart reaches its spot, near the counter, to the left of the register, against the wall, out of the way. The cart stops, settles, waits. Tomorrow it will fill again. The cycle will continue. But for now it rests, empty, complete. The shelves are complete now. All the books are where they should be. The shop is organized, orderly, everything in its place. The room feels balanced, full content. The task is done. The books are home. The floor reflects the light in spots, small reflections, pools of gentle glow. The wood grain shows in the light, lines and whirls, natural patterns, the beauty of wood, the character of age. The boards run the length of the room, from front to back, continuous, unbroken. Each board is different. Some are wider, some narrower. The grain varies. Some boards have knots, dark circles in the wood, natural features. The knots are sealed, smooth. They add character, interest. No 2 boards are identical. The finish on the floor varies. In high traffic areas, it's worn thin. The wood is exposed, bare. In other areas, the finish is thicker, more protective. The variation creates a pattern, a map of use, a record of movement. The floor tells a story of feet, of years, of life. Between some boards are small gaps, narrow spaces. The wood has shrunk slightly, aged, dried. The gaps are normal, expected. They don't affect the floor's integrity, just add to its character, its age, its history. The overhead lights continue to hum very softly. The fluorescent tubes glow, warm light, not harsh. The hum is steady, constant, background sound, almost imperceptible, but there, part of the environment, part of the quiet. The fixtures are simple, rectangular boxes, white metal. The fluorescent tubes sit inside, behind translucent panels. The panels diffuse the light, spread it evenly. The fixtures are functional, practical, not decorative, but they do their job well. They illuminate. They serve. The lamps add their light, the one near the counter, the one in the reading area. the one in the back corner. Each lamp creates a zone, a circle of illumination. The zones overlap, create layers. The lighting is complex but gentle, varied but harmonious. The lamp near the counter has a brass base, tarnished brass. The lampshade is glass, frosted glass, white. The bulb inside is incandescent, warm glow. The lamp is old, traditional style. It's been there a long time, part of the shop's character. The lamp in the reading area has a wooden base, dark wood. The lampshade is fabric, cream-colored, already mentioned. The lamp is taller, floor lamp. It stands behind the chair, provides reading light, functional, but also atmospheric, cozy. The lamp in the back corner is similar to the one near the counter, but smaller. The base is ceramic, white ceramic. The shade is fabric, beige. The lamp sits on a small table against the wall. It provides light for that corner, keeps it from being too dark, too shadowed. The clock continues to tick. The second hand moves. The minute hand advances. The hour hand shifts. Time passes, marked, measured. The clock doesn't rush, doesn't drag, just proceeds, steady, reliable, trustworthy. The clock face is simple, white background, black numbers, Roman numerals, traditional, classic. The hands are black, simple shapes, no decoration, no embellishment. The clock is functional, readable, clear. The clock has a metal rim, chrome or aluminum, shiny, reflective. The rim catches light, reflects it slightly. The rim defines the clock, frames it, completes it. Behind the clock face is the mechanism, hidden, invisible, but working, always working. Gears, springs, battery. The mechanism keeps time, drives the hands, makes the ticking sound. The mechanism is precise, accurate, reliable. The building settles, creaks gently. The sounds are soft, occasional. The building is old. It makes sounds. That's normal, expected. The sounds are comforting. They indicate stability, solidity. The building has been here a long time, will be here a long time more. One creak comes from above, the ceiling maybe, or the floor above. If there is a floor above, the creak is soft, brief, then silence, then another creak, somewhere else. The building breathes, in a sense, expands and contracts, settles, adjusts. The walls make sounds too, very small sounds, barely audible. The paint cracks, microscopic cracks, inaudible individually, but together, a tiny sound, a whisper. The walls age, slowly, imperceptibly, but constantly. Outside, the street remains empty. The sidewalk is clear. The shops across the way are dark, closed, quiet. The streetlights glow. Their light pools on the pavement, steady circles, unmoving. The night is deep, still. The world sleeps. The streetlights are old style, not LED, sodium vapor maybe, or mercury vapor. The light is yellowish, warm, not the harsh white of modern lights. The old lights are gentler, softer. They create atmosphere, mood. Each streetlight has a post, metal post, dark green or black. Hard to tell in this light. The posts are tall, maybe 15 feet, maybe 20. The lights sit on top, enclosed in fixtures, glass panels. The fixtures protect the bulbs, keep out weather, insects, debris. The sidewalk is old, concrete, gray, weathered. stained in places. The surface is rough, textured. For traction, for safety, the concrete has cracked over the years. Thin cracks, networks of lines. The cracks are sealed, filled, maintained, but visible. Some sections of sidewalk are newer, replaced. These sections are smoother, lighter gray, not as weathered, not as stained. The contrast is visible, old and new, side by side. The sidewalk is a patchwork, a history, repairs and replacements, years of maintenance. The curb is concrete too, higher than the street, defining the boundary. Sidewalk and street, pedestrian and vehicle. The curb is rounded slightly at the top, smooth, worn. The edge is softer than it once was, rounded by time, by weather, by contact. The street itself is asphalt, black or dark gray. The asphalt is old, cracked, patched. The surface is uneven, small potholes, depressions. The street needs work. Eventually, it will be repaved, resurfaced, made smooth again. But not yet. For now it endures, serves, functions. Inside the bookshop, everything is as it should be. The books are shelved. The cart is empty. The doors are locked. The lights are on. The air is still. The quiet is complete. The shop is ready, waiting, existing. A space of books, a space of calm, a space of possibility. The walls hold the shelves. The walls are solid, strong. They've stood for years, decades. The paint is old, faded, but the walls are sound. The structure is good. The foundation is stable. The walls protect, enclose, define. They make the space what it is. The walls are plaster, over lath, old construction, traditional. The plaster is thick, several coats. The surface is smooth, painted. The paint has been applied many times, layer over layer, decade after decade. The walls have history, depth, substance. In places, the plaster has small cracks, hairline cracks, barely visible. The cracks don't threaten, don't indicate problems, just age, settling, movement, normal wear. The cracks add character, prove authenticity, show age. The baseboards are wood, painted white. The paint is old, yellowed. The baseboards are simple, flat boards, 4 inches tall. They protect the wall, cover the joint between wall and floor. The baseboards are practical, functional, but also decorative. They finish the room, complete the look. The baseboards have small dings, dents, scratches, from furniture, from brooms, from vacuum cleaners, from years of cleaning, maintenance, use. The marks are superficial, cosmetic. They don't affect function, just appearance, and only slightly. The marks are part of the history, the story. The windows in front are dark. The glass reflects more than it reveals. The street outside is invisible, hidden in darkness. The windows separate inside from outside. They mark the boundary, but they're also transparent. When light is right, when conditions permit, the windows connect. They allow viewing in both directions. But now, they mostly reflect, show the interior back to itself. The glass is old, slightly wavy, imperfect. Modern glass is perfectly flat, perfectly uniform. Old glass isn't. The manufacturing process was different, less refined. The glass has character, variation. You can see it if you look closely. The light bends differently, creates subtle distortions. The effect is gentle, pleasant, authentic. The window frames are wood, painted white. The paint is old, slightly yellowed, slightly chipped in places. The wear is minor, cosmetic. The frames are structurally sound, solid. The frames hold the glass securely. The frames are part of the building, part of the structure, permanent, fixed. The door is locked, secure. The deadbolt is engaged. The metal extends into the frame. Nothing can open it from outside. The door protects, guards, keeps safe. The door is solid, strong. It does its job. The shop is secure behind it. The door is heavy, substantial. The wood is thick. The construction is solid. The door has weight, presence. Opening it takes effort. Closing it makes a sound, a solid sound. The door announces itself, makes its presence known. The door is impressive, authoritative. The door handle is worn, smooth. Years of hands, thousands of hands, tens of thousands. The handle has been gripped, turned, pulled, pushed countless times. The wear shows. The metal is polished, smooth, comfortable. The handle fits the hand, naturally, perfectly. The air is still, not stagnant, just still, not moving, not flowing, just filling, occupying. The air is comfortable, breathable, clean. The air is right, perfect temperature, perfect quality. The air is invisible but essential, like so much here. The temperature is even, no hot spots, no cold spots, just comfortable, uniform. The heating system works well, or maybe no heating is needed yet. The building holds temperature well. The insulation is good. The walls are thick. The windows are small. The building retains heat, maintains comfort. The air smells like books. This has been mentioned, but it's worth mentioning again. The smell is important, essential. The smell is what makes a bookshop a bookshop. Paper, ink, binding, age. The smell is complex, subtle, impossible to describe fully, but unmistakable. Anyone who loves books knows this smell, recognizes it, appreciates it. The quiet continues, deep, complete. The small sounds continue, the clock, the building, but they don't break the quiet. They define it, give it texture. Without them, silence would be absolute, possibly uncomfortable. But with them, quiet is rich, full, comfortable. The quiet is thick, palpable. You could almost touch it, almost feel it. The quiet has presence, weight, substance. The quiet fills the space, occupies it, completes it. The quiet is part of the shop, essential part. Time passes. The clock measures it, marks it, records it. But time doesn't intrude, doesn't pressure. Time just flows, gently, smoothly, continuously. The shop exists in time, but peacefully, without resistance, without struggle. The night outside is deep, very deep, middle of the night, darkest time. The street lights glow, but change nothing, make no difference. The darkness is vast, complete. The lights are tiny against it, insignificant, but persistent. They glow anyway, do their job anyway. Inside, the shop maintains its light, its warmth, its comfort. The shop is an island of light, of shelter, of safety against the darkness, not fighting it, not fearing it, just existing alongside it, both present, both real, light and dark, inside and outside, shop and world. The shop will be here tomorrow. The doors will open. People will enter. Life will happen. Books will be browsed, purchased, carried away. New books will arrive. The inventory will shift, adjust, change. But the shop will remain, will persist, will continue. Being what it is, doing what it does. But that's tomorrow. Now is now. Now the shop is quiet, empty, waiting. The books wait on the shelves. All is still. All is calm. All is right. The shop is complete, perfect, exactly as it should be. The moment extends, and extends, and extends. Time passes, but the moment stays. The shop stays, constant, unchanging. The books, the shelves, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, the light, the quiet, all of it together, all of it now, all of it continuing, ongoing, present, here, now, always now, the eternal now of the Quiet Bookshop, closed for the night, waiting, existing, being.